I am Prashant Kothari, President of SkillBench and founder of Internal Audit Today show. I'm excited to host episode 5 of Internal Audit Today, a talk show to benefit the internal audit fraternity and beyond. Every month, I talk with an internal audit or other business leader to learn their experience and perspective on the internal audit profession. Today, I am honored to talk to Rick Krumm, Financial Controls and Process Leader for Delek US Holdings and Delek Logistics Partners, which are downstream energy companies headquartered near Nashville, Tennessee. Delek has assets in petroleum refining, logistics, convenience stores, and renewable energy. Rick is a CPA, CFE, and an MBA with concentration in finance and a graduate certificate in strategic management. He has held leadership roles in assurance, compliance, and risk management for both privately held and publicly traded companies. He's passionately committed to organizational learning programs, continuous improvement, and talent development. Rick, welcome.
Thank you, Prashant.
As a leader of the assurance function, how do you define value with internal audit work for your stakeholders?
That's a great question. I really like to define value across two dimensions, value protection and value enhancement. The way I look at the two is value protection is blocking and tackling. So these are your objectives focused on providing assurance over baseline internal controls. So are they effective? The second actually has two pieces to it. So value enhancement, we look from a business insight perspective. So we design objectives focused on providing assurance, compliance, and operational insights that improve business processes. So effectively becoming more efficient. The third is a strategic advisor. So the objectives align to support company strategic direction. And these can include things such as strategic assessments or culture assessments. That being said, I really see value as an evolution. It typically takes a few years of training and development within the function's competencies to get all the way to the level of a strategic advisor.
Very well said, Rick. Thank you so much for that perspective. What are some of the unique practices that you follow as part of your assurance function?
From a function strategic perspective, we focus on defining our value proposition to the company. To me, this is key because the assurance function is a back office operation, and as such, with any back office operation, it's really subject to outsourcing. So we focus on providing internal services that provide value to our clients. Now, from a tactical perspective, we cascade the function's plan down to team members. So we put it within their objectives, both annual and monthly. And we conduct weekly war rooms to discuss status against team member monthly objectives, and then I also perform one-on-one generals. So many 360s with each one of our team members to make sure that our function is operating effectively, getting their feedback, and that we discuss any opportunities for me to improve my support for them or improve the function as it operates.
How do you manage the expectations of management, C-suite, or board in the event you have to say no with internal audit or advisory services?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I'm sure I have, as well as others in the profession, have had to say no to management on occasion for certain things. For me, it really comes down to defining the scope of internal services so that leadership understands and sees the function as independent and objective to provide those risk, assurance, and compliance services as opposed to just being a utility department that provides daily business activities.
What are the things internal audit can do to make an impact in the company given it is not a profit center?
Yeah, for me, it really comes back to the value proposition. So developing that high-performing and sustainable assurance function that protects and enhances value for the company. So the way we achieve this, the way we focus on this, is we focus on people, process, and technology. So a great deal of time invested in training and development, streamlining our processes, and then finding technology that enables our processes. We work on defining our internal services, so working with management and understanding what objectives, what makes sense relative to the scope of our services, and evolving those objectives with management as the function evolves with its competency set, and focusing on cost optimization. Finally, we also see value in the function team members eventually rotating to the business. So the function can be leveraged as a training ground for team members to become leaders within the business as they rotate.
I know you believe in maintaining quality relationships in your professional life. Could you please share your words of wisdom on that?
I've had the privilege to work with and learn from a lot of great folks in the past 20 years. I can't say I've maintained relationships with all, but I've made a point to stay close to those I truly respect and I felt like I could learn from. I think of these people, these folks, as my personal board of director, and I approach any new ideas or challenges that come across me or come across the team, and I think of how these people would respond if I had to get their approval.
I consider you as my personal advisor, so I consider you as someone who I can learn from every day, and I appreciate the relationship we have maintained all these years.
I appreciate that, Prashant.
What are the 3 words that define your success and why?
If I had to sum it up in 3 words, it would be level 5 leadership, more as an aspiration to achieve than a final destination. So I've had great teams and I've had some challenge teams, and it's taught me that you have to focus on getting the wrong people off the bus, the right people on the bus to build a great function, because nothing great will ever be achieved without the right people. So for me, it's always been focused on 3 key characteristics that I like to find, support, and mentor in some of the team members. So we focus on integrity. So what we're looking for is a fire in their belly that drives their internal motivation to always do the right thing, even when it's the hard thing to do. We look for intellectual curiosity, and this is the desire to continue to learn and push themselves with a diversity of ideas and experiences. And last but not least, it's ambition. And this is key. It's not ambition for themselves, but rather for the team, the cause, and the company. So someone who's really interested in building something larger than themselves. And I found when I can find this mix, both in individuals and teams, that we can start to achieve something great.
Rick, I want to thank you for sharing these words of wisdom today. There are so many takeaways from this conversation that I have. I especially want to point out what you mentioned about value protection and value enhancement for the company. I really liked how you shared your perspective on that.
Prashant, I really appreciate it, and I hope you and your family are continuing to be safe and healthy.
Thank you, Rick. You as well. Friends, if there is a topic or guest you would like to see on Internal Audit Today show, please leave a comment here or email me at pk@skillbench.com. Thank you.